Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler review series of videos I do for a little while now. I go over there, try out food and drink items. Eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. I went over there and posted up a poll to see where I should go for my next review, and this was overwhelmingly the response, so hopefully it's really good. Otherwise, it's on you. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's a super simple format. I'm going to go over there and try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck, and whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. And folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today, folks? Well, it happens to be my Dragon Ball shirt. Specifically, the Dragon Ball shirt, okay? Not Z, not GT, definitely not Super. Boo with Super. Sorry. Hot take, I know. Didn't like Super. Well, what I saw, but to be fair, I didn't watch all of it. But yeah, no. I'm definitely part of that weird camp where, like, I'm a bigger Dragon Ball fan than I am kind of pretty much the entire rest of the series. Though I do like Z quite a bit, too. But yeah, I just, I enjoyed it more. I think it was a little bit more lighthearted. They had more kind of fantasy elements and stuff in there, Whereas later on, it just kind of became giant super blasts and aliens and, still fun in its way. But anyway, all that said, folks, what am I trying for you today? What are we doing here? Well, like I said, I went over there. I recently posted up a poll on my community section for my YouTube page where I asked you folks, hey, there's plenty of really awesome local sub sandwich shops around me that I haven't been able to get back to. Which of those that I've previously done reviews for would you like to see me return to? And the overwhelming response was that I should head back to Gambino's, the little Italian deli. I reviewed a couple of sub sandwiches from this place like a year and a half ago, something like that. I did their Italian and I did their namesake sub, the Gambino's. What am I reviewing for you today? Well, boom! This is, I hope, I believe what this is going to be is the Miss A's Classic Meatballs, which is homemade meatballs with marinara and melted mozzarella. It's a meatball sub. Now, with this being a sub sandwich review, just 3 things I have to preface it with real quick. First is that for over 2 years now, I've been going on sub sandwich adventures. What that means is I've been going out to basically every place that sells sub sandwiches, chain locations, proper delis, Walmart, wherever. I've been trying out sub sandwiches, I've been reviewing them, and I've been posting those reviews to my YouTube channel. That's where the second thing comes into play. Because I'm such a nice guy, I don't just post them to my YouTube channel, I actually post them to their own specific playlist called Subs for Subs. That's where all my sub sandwich reviews end up. The time I'm doing this, I have over 100 sub sandwich reviews on there. And that's where number 3 comes into play, because maybe you're greedy, maybe you want even more sub sandwich goodness. Maybe that's not enough. All you have to do, folks, is wait until Sunday. Why? Because Sunday is sub day. That is the day when I go over there and I upload my sub sandwich reviews. Every week since I have started this series, I have gone over there, gotten you at least one. So, also, because this is a local establishment, this is also going to end up on my Eating Out Illinois playlist, which is a playlist just highlighting local Illinois spots. So, let's go ahead. Ooh, this looks like it's going to be good. And I've been wanting to review a meatball sub, especially one of my coworkers. He's a big fan of a meatball sub, and he's like, dude, you gotta get in a meatball sub one day. And I was like, yeah, you're right, I do. So, all right, let's, yeah, it looks like this. So let's, can we get a thing for the thing? The lighting is terrible, unfortunately, but it just kind of is what it is. Let's see if we can... maybe like that. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get in there. That's a good meatball sub. That's very good. I like that they're keeping it simple. So, like, the thing with a meatball sub is, fundamentally, you don't have to do much with it. Really, there's only 3 major elements you got to make sure works. You got to make sure you're using good bread. Gambino's definitely uses good bread. Like, this is proper sub bread, which I really do appreciate. Nice and crispy, but then, you know, still nice and soft on the inside. Bread is very good. Then, got to make sure you're using a good sauce. The marinara sauce on this is pretty damn good. I like it, and I also appreciate that, like, you do get a good amount of it, but it's actually not, like, it's a little bit conservative compared to a lot of places, like, they just completely drown it, you know, and, like, at that point, the only flavor you're getting is the marinara, but that's definitely not the case here. But the marinara itself, it's nice and thick, it's not, you know, watery or runny. It definitely has, like, a, you know, a nice kind of, you know, kind of fresh veg taste to it. It's got a little zing. I will say, as a criticism, and this is just personal preference, the marinara is decent. It's not entirely to my style of marinara that I prefer. I prefer that some that's got a little bit more of a zippiness to it, but again, that's just personal preference. But it's a decent marinara to it. And the meatballs themselves, I mean, you're getting nice thick meatballs. They eat really well. Definitely prepared properly. And, you know, they're doing what meatballs are supposed to do. They've got a nice meaty goodness to them. Yeah. I'm down with this. This is a pretty damn good sub. Clearly I'm enjoying it. Napkin. Now, all that said, 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Here's the thing. It's a good meatball sub. It's simple, it's keeping to the fundamentals, and all the elements that are there are solid enough. What I will say is this, though. I don't know that I feel that it's really like a special meatball sub. You know, it's good. Again, I think it has a good structural foundation. But I do feel like it's lacking a little extra oomph, a little something to give it that proper personality. So would I personally get it again? I will say I think the other items that I've had from Gambino's, I personally preferred. And I've certainly had better meatball subs from other locations. This is still a good one. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not elevated to the point that I personally would like, you know. So for me personally, I probably wouldn't get this one again. I would go off one of their other menu items. And if I'm recommending it, it's what am I recommending to you, you know? Am I recommending it from the perspective of, is it a good meatball sub? Because then, yeah, it's a good meatball sub. Like I said, there's nothing to dislike about it. And if what you want is just, you know, hey, you just want a nice meatball sub, excuse me, it'll do that for you. But could I recommend you better meatball subs? That's the thing. And the reality is, yeah, I could. So for me personally, it's like, I don't know that I can really give it like a full recommendation, you know? It really is that thing of it's like, if it's good, it's not as great as it could be. And I do think personally there's better options available, especially in the area. So yeah, it's a little bit hit or miss with this one. It's not a bad experience. I'm certainly going to enjoy the rest of it. But I really wanted to love this one, you know? I wanted to just like, yeah, you know? And like I said, you know, the stuff that I've reviewed from Gambino's in the past, I really came into this expecting that, you know, this was going to be like a huge win for it. As a result, you know, it's still a win, but it's not as resounding as I was maybe hoping. But 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of month, stupendous rest of your folks. Give yourselves a truly meatball subtastic rest of your life, because meatball subs are fantastic. They're so good. I'm definitely going to make an effort going forward, especially with like the local delis, of including meatball subs as part of my reviews. So, final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do can't do all the time. I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, here's what I want you to go out and do. First of all, what is your personal take on the meatball sub? It's a classic. I think most people enjoy it, but I'm interested to hear what you say. Do you have certain preferences as far as, do you like cheese versus no cheese? Do you like, again, a little bit more zinginess to it, maybe a little extra spice here or there? Or do you more, just kind of like prefer the classic style? And then kind of beyond that, let me know what you think about, me reviewing more meatball subs going forward. Like, it's definitely something I'm going to do, because I feel like I've sort of neglected that as part of my sub sandwich experience. But yeah, so, please feel free to comment, and, thank you for going over there and recommending Gambinos for me, so it's cool. I'm glad I got to be back here. Anyway, bye.